Hello, it's Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. In this video, we are going to have some fun, I think. I've been looking forward to making this one. Before we get too far along, though, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can get all the latest tips, tools, and resources to help you win money on thoroughbred horse racing. All right. What you're looking at is The Color of Money, one of my favorite movies. And kids, this is called a DVD. For those of y'all maybe too young to know what this is what we used to have to watch movies on before Netflix and streaming services. Color of Money. Paul Newman plays it. Fast Eddie Felson. Tom Cruise is in it. It's directed by Martin Scorsese. Wonderful director. Made all kinds of classics. 1986 is when this bad boy came out. And when I was little, growing up, I used to watch this movie over and over on VHS tapes. And I used to quote this movie. Even from when I was a young man, I was loving this movie and quoting this movie. So I watched it recently because it's one of my favorite movies. And I got to thinking, you know, some of these sayings and some of these quotes from this movie can be applied to thoroughbred horse racing and pretty much applied to anything really in life. And so I'm going to give you five quotes from The Color of Money that could be used to help you become a better handicapper and better horse player. All right, here we go. Number one, be a student of people. So what that means is we're betting against each other. It's a pari-mutuel wagering system that we have in horse racing, a zero-sum game, which means somebody wins. Not everybody can win. Not everybody gets the trophy in horse racing. Somebody wins, somebody loses. In order for somebody to win, somebody has to lose. So, which to me is a nice setup. I like how it is. You're not playing against the house in a casino with an unfair advantage. You're playing against each other and you're trying to outsmart, outwit, outthink, outbet the general wagering public. So be a student of people. Get inside of their minds. How is the public going to bet this race? What combinations are they going to bet the most? And then you strategically place your opinions and your bets that differ from the crowd, because that's how you're going to win in the long run. Think different than the crowd. Be a contrarian. Okay? If you want to win a decent amount of money in horse racing, you're not going to do it by betting favorites and just thinking like everybody else does. All right? So be a student of the wagering public. Also, get in the mind of trainers. What I mean by that is get used to how and be a student of them. Getting in their mind, why are they entering this horse in this particular race? What is this horse doing in today's race? You always want to think like that. You want to study their training patterns when they work out horses. Get in their mind. Are they putting this horse in this race to win, or just to get it back on the, get some rust off of it and prep for a race on down the line? You gotta get in the mind of trainers and others too. So be a student of people. All right, number two, invest in excellence. Absolutely. Expect the best from yourself. If you want to be a handicapper and one of those minute percentage of people that actually beat the races in the long run, you got to invest in excellence. So you got to take pride in yourself and invest in resources, whether it's books or tutorials, whatever the case may be, or just doesn't have to be buying stuff. You can invest time, watch a bunch of YouTube videos, watch research things in the library, whatever the case may be. You got to put the time in. You got to invest in excellence, invest in yourself. All right. Number three, this is a fun one. Fast Eddie Felson said you need two things. One is brains, two is balls. And how apropos is that in horse racing? You got to have your mind it's a logical game where you try to analyze, and a creative game where you're analyzing these past performances. You're seeing how the track's playing. You got to be smart. You got to outwit your competition. So we can all kind of, look at the form or track program and figure out some logical contenders or who we think is going to win or factor in the horse race. That's one thing. It takes brains to do that. And that was my big draw, and a lot of handicappers' draw, is we're solving a puzzle. It's a great mental exercise, whether or not you place a bet or not. But the second part, the balls part, you got to pull the trigger. You got to have the guts to make that bet. All right, you spent half your night looking at a past performance and analyzing these races. Why'd you put all that time in if you're not going to bet it, right? And even at that tote board you're looking at, it's got some huge odds. Last night when you were handicapping, you thought this horse had a shot, even though it might not be a big shot. You got to pull the trigger. You got to have the balls to put that wager in. All right? So brains, and you know what? Don't be afraid. You got to have the intellect and the guts to do this kind of thing. All right? Even when that bankroll is dwindling, you still got to keep firing away based on your confident, intelligent opinions. All right. Now, the fourth one. I'm going to save the best for last. I like this one. This is not necessarily a quote, but this is a dialogue that they had. Somebody says, Eddie, again, Paul Newman's character, Fast Eddie Felsen. Eddie, what are you going to do when I kick your butt? Eddie answers, pick myself up and let you kick me again. Well, that could be a handicapping a horse race, a movie based on horse players. That could be easily said. How many times have we got our butt kicked? For those that play a lot, every week probably, hopefully not daily, but at least every week. Perfect example, yesterday, I didn't get my butt kicked. Well, one race I got my butt kicked. Lost by a nose. I thought I had this 5-horse home. It was paying like 6-1, 7-1. got nipped at the wire barely by the 4-horse. Oh my gosh. Got kicked in the teeth. Went from, if that would happen, winning day to losing day. The very next day, 2-day matter of fact. Got back in the saddle, picked myself up again. Won a photo finish at Gulfstream Park. I think it was race 3. And the horse was number 3, called 3 Deep. I didn't bet it because of that. I don't do those kind of hunch plays. Just looking back on it, it's kind of ironic. But I won in the slop. It was 7-2, but that's all right. I'll take that. But I won the very next day, right? So you're going to lose photo finishes. You're going to get some crazy things going to happen. This game's going to kick your behind. But you got to keep getting up off the mat and be willing to get your butt kicked again. You're going to have to keep fighting until that big score comes around, until that long shot comes around, until you put all those combinations together and luck is on your side. All right? So that was number 4. What are you going to do when I kick your butt? Get back up. And that's why horse racing can toughen you up for life too, in my opinion. It can help you out in other facets of your life. So that quote, even if you don't play horses or you quit betting on horses, that quote could get you through life, being resilient and persevering. All right, number 5, my favorite quote from The Color of Money, and one of my favorite quotes in all of cinema. And some of you that have seen this movie before probably know it. I love it. Even when I was little, I kind of thought, yeah, that's true. I like that. I like that. So here's the quote. If y'all know it, say it with me as I'm saying it. But probably the most famous quote from The Color of Money. Here we go. Money won is twice as sweet as money earned. Hallelujah. Amen. Heck yeah. There is something about winning money. Look, I love working hard. I'll take pride in whatever job I do. But there is something sweet and special about winning money as opposed to working for it. When you win 4 figures, 5 figures at the racetrack, or even a few $100s, that's a pretty good feeling, right? I'm not saying addicted feeling. You get this high and you get addicted to it and you always need that fix and that rush and all that. I ain't one of those. Hopefully y'all ain't either. If you are, please get some help. Call that Gambler's Hotline or something. But I don't care what it is, anything. I remember I used to win contests or trivia contests or calling in the radio station, winning concert tickets. I love it. I love it. And it all started when I watched this movie and heard that quote. My buddy Paul Newman, Fast Eddie Felsen, money won is twice as sweet as money earned. Love it. So, get out there, practice your handicapping, your money management, your betting skills, and let's win some money. Because I tell you what, if you're sitting around the racetrack or at home playing the races for 3, 4, 5 hours, and you come out winning a few hundred, a few thousand, money sweet is twice as good as money earned, I'm telling you. All right, so there's my 5 quotes from the movie Color Money. If you hadn't seen it yet, since we have streaming services, you can probably find it pretty easily. Watch that movie. I love that movie. It's a classic. If you like pool, if you don't like pool, it's just a well-written movie. Wonderful actor. Oh, you think about it. 2 wonderful actors, a heck of a director, and a wonderful script. And if you like gambling and hustling, it's a wonderful movie. But these 5 tips, for 5 quotes, I should say, could be used to help you become a better handicapper. So hopefully you liked it. I just want to have a little fun and share my love of the Color of Money with you. And hopefully we can keep those 5 quotes in mind when we play horses and just life in general. Life in general. Man, I love the fact just we keep plugging away. We're optimistic. We keep plugging away. We get kicked down. We get back up and we try it again. You can't have a better motto in life than that quote and some other quotes that I mentioned in this video. All right. I know it's a long video. I know I ramble a lot, but I just wanted to finally make the video that has about one of my favorite movies and a lot of the quotes that can be used in handicapping and in life. Until next time, it's the Weekend Handicapper, weekendhandicapper.com. Hit that subscribe button, that like button if you like this video, and that notification bell. Till next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering.